Yo guys, I just got this hammer. I'm trying it out. Rain in the air, so the stream might be short-lived, or we take refuge in the gym we used yesterday. Yes, people here like Ayo Pigs 76. Look at this beautiful piece of equipment I just got. And also just before, you hear that? Just before the stream, some technical stuff, like technique stuff, showed up. So I have this, I'm wearing this little mic right now. Lots of new stuff. Now we'll see, maybe this won't be as long of a stream as yesterday. So many times I've said that, and then people show up and I stick around. I just wanted to try this. Why not do it with you? Fancy nut smasher. Yeah, exactly. So I wanted something, I like my mace, but I wanted something I could do some one-hand movements with too. You know, like, whoa. Yeah. Yes. More guys dropping in. Say hi. Like the stream. Very clear audio, Pigs 76 says. Yes, because I'm wearing the mic here. Yeah, more guys. Talk to me in the chat. I'm here with this new hammer I'm going to play a bit with, but I'm going to talk to you in between. Someone else said something. Del Zeroda. Hey man, is this Triple H from WWE? I don't know much about WWE, so I don't know what that is exactly. So do you know, I'm tired in my wrists from yesterday. I was training muscle up, and I did the wrist stuff that you guys didn't see on the stream. Well, I guess I did that Sotman curl. But using objects like this, the wrists are really, you don't think of it, but you have to stabilize so much with the wrist. So now when I'm a little tired in my wrists, I feel like some movements here are a little demanding. This one. What? I'm gonna be playing 2 golf rounds this year, probably. It's usually 2 per year. Still, I train for it. And of course, doing the golf swing with something like this, build power, you know. Like, it's so much heavier than a golf club. You know, a golf club, now I'm gonna hold it so I can show. You can usually go like this fast, you know, like, ooh, but you have to slow it down. De-accelerate it. I dropped it on my toes. There's Rhoda, this Triple H guy from WWE. He's a wrestler, he uses a sledgehammer sometimes. Is that really allowed in the rules? And it's totally legitimate sport. Pigs 76, Paul Saladino did his first muscle up yesterday, funny coincidence. Yeah, it's synchronicities, man. I hit mine too yesterday, if you didn't know. We have more guys, like the stream guys, and talk to me. Pigs 76, that movement is very dynamic and the hammer looks pretty sweet. Need an Uncommon Sense sticker on it though. Yeah, one day, you know, the Uncommon Sense training equipment. Would like to create a gym one day. Del Roda, he only hits them with a handle, a bit anticlimactic. Yeah, I mean, smash them. Ironside, yo my dude, what is your occupation? I'll answer that in a bit. Just go back, do some more clubbing. Go clubbing, you know. What do we want to do now? You know, I'd like to do this, that's the mace movement, with one hand, but I think my wrist probably not strong enough yet. Okay, that's okay. I like that. Way worse coordination with the left. You know, these movements that aren't just pure strength are a great way to train imbalances, like the weaker left side. You know, not just pure strength, having to control that movement. So you asked about my occupation. Well, so at the start of one stream, I talked about what it has looked like these last 5-6 years or so for me. But you know, when I changed my life, I knew I wanted to be doing something like what I'm doing, not just personal training, but coaching in a more holistic sense, using the training and diet and all as part of that. But you know, be some kind of self-development coach. I have my own approach to that. So I've been PTing, I've been coaching people, and that's kind of what I've been doing. And I haven't been making so much money most of this time. Now, well, that's what I do still, you know. I have a little bit of, I have like an actual job in a gym, but I don't make much money from that. It's more that I care about the clients and I like having a place to go to with some colleagues and stuff. I do have some in-person, like training clients, but I have privately through my company, and I do online coaching. And that's it, my man. I've been running my own business since the start of 2022. And that's mainly what I've been doing. Internet Explorer, hi, how old are you? I'm 31. Born in 1992. Del Zeroda, have you tried to throw the hammer at the target? I haven't yet. I just got it today. And I think honestly this one is the handle is a little bit too long for it to be a throwing hammer. Mr. Penis, third day of no pap, wish me luck, although I'll admit watching this stream is tempting me to break my streak. Really, man, that's not appropriate. You like, don't say anything about that again or I'll ban you. Pat Gaming's APA style. I do wish you good luck on the no pap though. Pat Gaming's APA style. Hey Theo, my left arm triceps are quite a bit weaker than my right. Should I increase reps for my weaker arm or increase load? So it's quite difficult. You know, that one side is weaker is usually through years and years and years of you doing something more with one side. So it's quite difficult to even out. What I do with my side weaknesses is that when I do unilateral exercises, the one-sided exercises, I start with the weaker side, I take that side to failure, and then I just never go beyond that on the other side. And hopefully it will even out a little bit. But like, because people have been asking quite a bit about imbalances, which is curious to me. I guess I'll make a video about it, but it's not really, of course I've thought about it, but it's not something I've ever thought of from a like content creator perspective. But like be prepared that even if you take measures to try to even out imbalances, you're gonna have some, and that's okay, you know. We're not supposed to be 100% symmetrical. Oh, here's Martin. I'm gonna make Martin an admin or moderator, if I can even. Can I? Can you write again, Martin? It might be because you retracted your message that I can't push it. See that Mr. Penis apologized at least. Well, that's good. Apology accepted. Ironside says cool. TRT or Belfort. I just caught your solar and lunar night video. That was an excellent concept. I'm gonna to journal about that later today. Well, I'm happy, man. And that's cool that you're going to journal with this in mind. I'm going to revisit this stuff, but just guys, even videos of mine that are directly have like, oh, solar night, lunar night in the title, these kinds of ideas, like they will show up here and there, yeah, because I've so many times, I don't know, you have something more concrete and you bring something related up. Solar night and lunar night was a good, like, longer video to talk about the entire thing. Shadow work, riding the highs, but when you have to retreat back, work on yourself, There's going to be more stuff like that, for sure. But I'm glad you like that. Shrippy, hey, I got early enough to watch the stream. Yeah, it's a spontaneous stream, like yesterday. Like the stream if you haven't, guys. We're like over 3 times as many people watching as having liked. Archon, are push-ups dangerous if you can't have 100% perfect form because of shoulder postural asymmetry? Of course not. Kusnel, hello. Del Zoroda, by the way, nofap is not too good for you, man. Use it sometimes, at least, to get some blood flow in there. yeah, it's an intervention, in my opinion. Yeah, here. Yes, now I make Martin... yes. Now I think, Martin, I think you should be a moderator now. Let's go play with the hammer a little bit more and then come back to talking. Yeah. So what movement we want to do now? That's so nice, knowing that I have this new mic on me, so you can actually hear me when I'm here. We'll do something a bit more like complex. I think I have to use the support of one, but to go like, okay, maybe I don't want to, I'm going to make a bunch of ugly holes here if I actually pound it into the ground like that. Yeah, we do that and swing it back like that. Can I do that just? Yeah, nice. This is going to be harder with this one, though. Yeah, way harder with the left. Two more. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We're Pig 76. Injuries can often result in more imbalance. I had a toe injury. I was doing that. And of course, like when you can't use something at all, or overcompensate with something because something is broken. Pat Gaming's IPA style. Thanks for the tip. My right arm is the dominant one. That's how it's stronger than my left. Yeah, but my right arm is, and leg especially, is much stronger than the left. But especially in my lower body, it's too much. Ironside, do you have a more alternative approach to health compared to conventional life tips? I have seen that you emphasize a lot on sunlight, fasting, eating meat, and rejecting oats. It's like rejecting oats is the smallest part of all of that. But you say do you have, but you don't have a question mark. I mean, I think it's quite obvious that I mean, alternative. It's like, it's funny. How did it become alternative to be like, yeah, be in the sun, you know? That's the alternative thing. be outside and get sunlight. Alternative advice. But I guess, compared to the mainstream fitness, yes, as much natural as possible, but also balance. It's a spiritual approach too. It's like, holistic bodybuilding, body, mind and soul, all at once. Kuznel, Theo, you don't like oats. Why? I think it's kind of animal food. I think our guts aren't really constructed to handle that. It's one thing to have every now and then, but I think it's something probably that's not great for the gut if you eat it consistently. However, some people seem to do fine with it, and it's like, well, you go ahead then. It's like, just because I have a preference and something that I think for most people, if your experience is a different one, then don't listen to what I say. It's like a general recommendation, but especially a thing like nutrition is complex and it's going to be more individual than what training is, for instance. It's like ancestral things, it's going to be a bit genetic, what you handle well and not, but also lifestyle. Sometimes people can't handle certain things, and it isn't that they can't handle it to begin with. It's because something else has damaged them, and now they have problems with this other thing. It's complex with the nutrition, So if you like oats and handle them well, go for it. Like you guys, like the stream. Oskari Koski, first off, great stuff on your channel. Recently found it. Could you do some content on stretching as well? So many big, strong guys are very inflexible, myself included. And I'm glad you like the channel. And the thing is though, it's not stretching that you need per se. I could do a video more on flexibility if you want. But I'll tell you, stretching, it's more about... stretching can have its place, especially certain muscles and that respond better to stretching. But it's the dynamic, because you want to be not only just mobile, the difference between mobility and flexibility is mobility is just how far can you go, kind of, like how long range of motion, how long are your muscles, while flexibility is being strong in that range. And so training through a long range of motion is one of the best ways to do this. Do dumbbell presses as deep as you can to get a good stretch on the pecs and delts. Ass to grass squats to open up your hips and so on. Just to talk a little bit about it now, but we can put it in the queue. I have so many video ideas queued up. Martin, the moderator, with a little wrench there, says he eats 100 grams of oats nearly daily. Yeah, but it's not so much either, How's your gut doing, Martin? Kevin Axel Andersson, 3 till. Is probably to what I was doing with a hammer. Got some interesting stuff here. Ironside says he ran out of characters. Oh, in the chat thing. Yeah, okay. I'll get back to you. I'll do... Jonathan, you can see the first 17 minutes later. Do we have any idea for a movement? Now I kind of... Yeah, these good old ones, just raise it up. I did this when I had the 10 kilo club. It was a great exercise actually. Now I'm trying to use less momentum because it weighs less. Okay, that was difficult. Have a little bit of momentum. This is going to be way harder on the left. It's like this position here is a weak position for my left shoulder. Okay. So you don't think of it, but I'm using my wrist a lot here to just stop the hammer at the top. Okay. So as you can see, there's nothing heavy about this session. It's a little playful, and just got this. I'm just trying it out. Martin says that he's doing good, but there are some plants that give me problems. I bet it was about the oat. Yeah. There's an interesting one again about the lunar and solar night. We'll get to that. Marcella says, hi, do you use sun cream? Absolutely not. Can't recall many, many years ago since any of that crap touched my skin. Kuznel, not me eating oats while watching this. LMFAO, lol. Mr. Penis asks, what do you think about keto? Intervention diet, I'm not a fan. I mean, we have Tresner that follows this channel that's been on keto for years and seems to be doing well. I generally don't like any of these extremes. I think keto diet can be a good weight loss diet if that's just easier for you that way. I think it can be good for diabetics, for curbing sugar addiction. I do not think that it's a good permanent diet. I want carbs. Carbs are great. And some people long term on these keto and carnivore diets, they seem to have, they get high total testosterone, but very low free testosterone is a pattern. My testosterone test is in, by the way, guys, but I'll not say anything about it now. There's going to be videos. There's going to be one video later, a different one, and then I'll put the other one with the result. Now it's starting to rain more. Black Jesus Christ. Hi to you. Do you agree with Alex Leonidas in that bulking and cutting is young man's game? Yeah, I mean, young man's game. It depends. I haven't heard his exact take on that, but I think bulking and cutting is kind of the best way for anyone past the intermediate stage that doesn't have a problem with losing weight, have been staying lean. Cutting and bulking is the best. But I mean, if you're like 40 years old and you're happy with your muscle mass and it's not really about building so much more, of course you don't have to bulk and that. So I don't know about young man's game. It's starting to rain. Let me just bring my backpack in. Now I know that you can hear me while I'm walking away. I have this new fancy microphone. It's kind of cool. He's now a little bit stuck under the tree while it's raining. Well, let's get to you with a solar night, lunar night thing. But it's just that I think that kind of thing, if I want to answer it properly, I'm going to talk for so long. So you said, Theor Belfort said, can you expand more on the lunar night and what that entails? Would you say the lunar night is when the solar night has to look within and be solar for himself? No. That's not what I would say. Like, the lunar night is the solar night when he doesn't really have access to the light, Because this life, you can't just be happy and feeling great all the time, both in the micro and macro perspective. Each day, even during a time when you're doing great, you're going to have a tough day or some tough experience or something. And you're going to have periods when, you go through a breakup or you're just generally lost. So you get some kind of just existential crisis. People that you love die. There are going to be times when you don't have access to the light. The lunar night is who the solar night becomes when he can't be the solar night, when he has to look within, when he has to go digging in the dark in order to find the light again. So when you are the lunar night, that's when you do all this introspection of figuring it out, like, what is it, what is it that went wrong here? Why am I'm not feeling good? What's wrong with this situation? How can I change it? What are my patterns? Like, of course, we would need a more concrete example, but let's say me. And I was talking about that in that video you talked about, right? Like, last year, I felt terrible for the most of the year. And so much of the year was just looking within about some concrete things that had happened. And like, how can I overcome this? Like abandonment wound, you know, really figuring it out. And now, this year, now so many times recently that so many things I struggled with last year, I'm now like, so good, I've integrated this now. Because I was the lunar knight for an entire year, went digging in the dark, I found the light again, and now I'm here to shine again, right? And so, there's gonna come a time again in life when something is like that. But the lunar knight, in short, is who the solar knight has to become when he doesn't have access to the light. When you're depressed, you know, when you're not feeling great. The person you are then, the person that isn't as capable, can't do as much, but doing another kind of work than this like, whoa, full steam ahead, where it's more it's always inner work, but you see, more quiet work, if that makes sense. Kuznel, I've tried that, both oatmeal and cream of rice, and I found that oatmeal keeps me full longer. I like them both anyway. Yeah, I think cream of rice is probably better for your gut, but it makes sense that oatmeal would keep you full longer. Shrippy said, I've been thinking about adding chest flies to my workout. Are they safe? I mean, you know, going outside your door isn't really safe because you could be hit by a car, you know, better stay inside. That's the safest. It's like any exercise can be unsafe when performed in a stupid way. Like even a biceps curl. If I throw on 100 kilos and try with all my might to cheat it up in a curl, I do this over and over, I'm going to break something, right? But I'm saying biceps curl because it's generally not a dangerous exercise at all. And but chest flies are good. It's like, as any movement, start at a weight lower than you think you could. Feel it, you know, find a good form. It's like, you know, there's a big stretch on the chest, the shoulder. It's starting to rain quite a bit here. But no, there are no dangerous exercises. Just dumb approaches. DK, do you ever get sharp headaches when exercising? If so, how do you get them to stop? No, I don't. Mr. Penis, have you seen the potential effects keto has on mental health and overall cognition? They're saying it could be used to help treat schizophrenia and bipolar. Yeah, they're saying that about many things. I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't care about that. It's like, I don't know much about it. Like, many different things could be good for many different things. Like, try them. If you think, like, try keto. You'll know better than me if you try it for your mental health and overall cognition. Black Jesus Christ says, thank you for the response, Theo. Well, you're welcome, Black Jesus. Jonathan Gustafsson, keto helped me when I was 16, 28 now, quite obese and with my health in the gutter. A lot of the symptoms I had then disappeared after a few years of cycling keto on and off, and they never returned. Feel a lot better eating carbs. Yeah, but you see, that's the my typical thing. Okay, I'm lucky this tree is so intense, but I don't know how much more of the hammer I'm gonna do because it's really pouring down here now. No, but you see, Jonathan there, he used keto when he was obese and having a bunch of health problems, and it worked well, but he cycled it in and out, and now, when he's in a better spot, he's feeling better with carbs. And so I think a lot of keto people, because keto was what fixed it for them, they get married to the thing. So many people are like that. Like they went from something complete crap to something that helped, and now they're completely in love with this new thing. I mean, I did keto early on here too, to lose weight, because it was kind of the approach I knew about. I liked it because it worked, but then I found better ways, and now, like, I don't care about it so much. TRT or Belfort. Sorry if these questions are taking up a lot of time. I just really relate to the concept, find it very interesting. Now, you don't need to apologize. It's more that I apologize for not answering, because it is very interesting. I'm happy that someone else mentioned this lunar night and solar night thing. And, you know, it's kind of interesting, you know, because let's say these videos I've made that contains the word woman or women in the title. And of course, I'm talking about things I think matter and giving out advice, you know, not just about women really. It's just a way to get people in. But still, these are the ones that get the most views, so maybe I think they're good. Then you do videos on stuff that I just care about, I think is important. And not as many people see it or that. So I'm glad to get that feedback. It's just that, because I find it interesting, I'm like, I'm going to talk for so long if I do that. And you see that Mr. Penis is asking Jonathan Gustafsson if he's noticing any mental improvement. I'll tell you, Mr. Penis, your problem is not your diet mainly. It's something else, clearly. It seems like you're looking for a cheap way to fix mental health. That, if I just eat differently, And by the way, why are you asking him? Can you just do it yourself, I feel like you're a guy sitting and having these struggles, and you're like, maybe this work. Have you heard about keto? That might work for mental health or blah, blah. And it's kind of like, stop thinking about stuff and do stuff. Like, do you know that doing the keto will help you not only from the physical thing, just because you're actually doing something about your situation, Martin says that he doesn't see Mr. Penis. I don't know. I haven't put anything. Tresner, there he is, the keto man. Tresner, tell everyone about keto and why it's so great. Tell Mr. Penis here how it's been for your mental health, But nice to see you, man. Back in biceps day for me, boys, he says. Hey-o, bro, he said. Yeah, hey-o, Tresner. Where were we? There are many questions now. Shrippy, I think you should feel happy to mid. If you feel depressed or lonely, there's something wrong with you. Like you can distract yourself with friends and family, but nothing is going to change. What's wrong with most people is they hate their parents and need to forgive them. It's not quite that simple, but yes, everyone needs to figure out what exactly their parents or how they wronged you and then forgive them. I have a very old video, like actually shot just around here, that is called, I think, Your Parents Destroyed You and You Need to Forgive Them. Dunk Eel asks, do you take any supplements? Well, barely. Now in the evening, I take some glycine for sleep. Magnesium biglycinate, also for sleep. I take boron, really for free testosterone. I take creatine. I think that's all. Yeah. I mean, there are little other ones I've taken at times, but those are the ones I take right now. Yeah, Top Chat and Live Chat, that thing. And Mr. Penis said, no, I'm just looking for a natural way instead of pharmacology. Yeah, but your problem is that you think that it's something outside of you that has, the food I eat. Not saying that won't help. Obviously, I'm a big proponent of like training and diet for the mental health as well. I'm just saying, just take it or leave it, man. But what I pick up on as a coach, reading the way you ask about it, you really want to know, will the keto fix mental health, So like, well, it won't magically heal your trauma. It won't, whatever you're insecure or feel is lacking in your life, just eating different food won't change that. You see, the training and diet, it's not the solution in and of itself, right? It's just an important part of the entire thing. And by the way, the training is going to be more important for your mental health. No Scrubs is sending love from DC. Well, love back to DC. There's a bunch of stuff here now. Maybe send a super chat, guys. 37 guys, 24 likes. Consider supporting the channel with a super chat. Yeah, people treat diets like religion. Exactly. Are you on Twitter, you ask? No, not really. I saw that like a picture of my video, like women who don't want me are insane, went kind of viral on Twitter. So I just signed into an account I have but never really used and just posted, hey, it's me. Here's the video. I kind of like Twitter, but I don't use it much. No one could see Mr. Penis because he has an obscene name. Tickle me pickle. Second time attempting fasting 24 hours. A lot for me since I'm not used to it. And you were going to say something more about that? Like Jesus Christ said, I'd rather fast than keto, feel terrible under keto. Yeah, I mean, I get my keto benefits from fasting. Tresner says, keto is great for me, but it is a tool to lose weight quickly. If you stop, you put it right back on. So if you stop keto after you lose a bunch of weight, you still have to manage your diet or you gain it all back quickly. Of course, of course. And that's my entire thing, you know. Don't focus on just losing weight. Focus on changing yourself into a person that doesn't carry excess weight, you know. That way you'll never have to lose it again. Like, guys. No, Scar said that was a powerful quote. I'm not sure what. Pat Gaming's APA style. I wish it was raining at my place. 32 Celsius at night. Lol. No Scrub says subscribe. Well, welcome to the channel. I appreciate it. It's raining a little bit less. Take a little break. I liked doing like the mace swing, but with one hand. We try that again. So it's this sort of movement, but one-handed, okay? Now it's a little wet too. Okay. So much more difficult. It's going to be great for my left side though. Read. 40 guys. Please like, guys. Your parents destroyed you, forgive them. Yeah. Oh, well, good. Mr. Penis said, oh yeah, I know that. I'm just doing it as an aid, not really a cure. Well, I'm happy. Good. Good. Then it seems like you're on your way, you know. Justin Murray, I've been doing 36-hour fast twice a week to lose weight. Down 40 pounds, but have 40 to go to 185. Would you suggest focusing on weight loss the whole way down, or begin lifting and slow the weight loss? Begin lifting and fast the weight loss. Like, why would it go slower? Like, if you're not even lifting yet, or like not properly at least, you're weighing like 225 pounds. I mean, I don't know how tall you are, but you're in a great position to completely crush it, put on muscle, and lose fat, you know. So it's like, I would still focus on, the way I like for most people, is still focus on weight loss, but start training, you know. You don't have to do fasting. If you train, it's better most of the time with a daily deficit for the recovery from the training. But if you focus on weight loss, but you start weight training and progressively overload, promise you it's gonna just go faster because of that. So, yeah, you know, just begin lifting. That slow the weight loss down, we can just erase. Dunkel, true. It needs multiple pathways of healing. It's a little like, sometimes I don't know, you comment on something I said previously. Tresner, as far as I know, Mr. Penis, I only think keto helps with schizophrenia, but it helps mildly. Yeah, Mr. Penis is just a hallucination that I see. I just sit here like a crazy person on my live stream, like, oh, there's a Mr. Penis talking to me. Sven, I want to do a 3-day long fast, but when I try 24 hours, I only lasted 22 hours. Is there anything I can do to prepare, or should I just tough it out? You should just tough it out. I mean, the one thing you can do to make it just physically easier is to eat keto, like for a week, like actual keto, so that you are in ketosis already before starting the fast. Because it's usually that depleting on the carbs is a lot what gives people problems when they fast. But you know, that might not make it easy, but that's like the one physical thing you can do. Otherwise, it's just kind of tough it out. Today's video, I didn't talk about fasting, but it's applicable. Like, it's a video that's not out yet, that will be out. But the point is that all you have to do to reach the goal you want is it, you know, the thing. So if you want to do a 3-day fast, all you have to do is fast for 3 days. And that's really it. You may, oh, but it's difficult and baby, we can talk about little things, make it easier than that. But in the end, doing the thing, that's what you have to do no matter what. No matter if it's difficult, you don't feel well and blah, blah, blah. It's the only way in the end. Yo, Theo, Y says, yo, Y. Nice to see you, man. Vampire Kirill says, this looks incredibly fun. I must try this. I'm glad you're saying it that way, because that's what I want a lot of people to understand. Even the heavy lifting in the gym can be fun, but also, especially when you build the foundation of having decent strength and flexibility in that, it's a lot of fun to just play with an object. People ask me about the mace all the time, like, what's the benefit? And it's like, yeah, it's conditioning for the shoulders and wrists, and there's a bit of core and the hip rotation and blah, blah. But the benefit is it's fun to do. It's fun to use my body for other things than just sitting on my ass and watching TV, you know. So yeah, having fun with my new toy here. Where were we? Where were we? If you want to build the booty, you have to do the booty building. Yes. Yeah, 13K, let's fucking go. Exactly, 13K subs now. Appreciate that you point that out, Tresner. No scribes, I'm at a hotel right now and the gym is so shit. You should be happy that there is a gym, you know. Like, I like me sometimes to not have, like, of course in general, I want to have access to good equipment, but I like the challenge sometimes of like, not everything I'd like is available. What I do then, you know? It's a different type of challenge. Like the stream, if you haven't, guys, consider sending a super chat, support the stream, the channel. Anas Jalul, fruit versus starches for muscle growth. Why pick? Use both. Michael Pingleton, I've been trying to lose weight, and mainly, my guy, proper fucking training. Train properly with progressive overload. You could eat crappy food and make progress if you trained well. That's what I want people to understand. Diet is important and will improve even a thing like muscle gains. But what comes first when it comes to building muscle is training well. Training well. It's so interesting with the fitness industry and stuff that it's almost like forgotten that, oh yeah, you have to train too. You have to actually get good at training. Jay says, you know what's fun? Weighted dips. Yeah, I did regular weighted dips yesterday. First time in a long time yesterday. I had 45 kilos in the belt. I did 5 reps per set. Michael Pingleton, I've been trying to lose weight for upwards of a year with only a simple calorie deficit and cardio. I got nowhere. I started keto diet and finally started to lose weight. So you weren't in a calorie deficit before, is what you're saying, and you accomplished it with a keto diet. Because you would have lost weight if you were in an actual calorie deficit. But it's like, yeah, you know, it's a little bit individual. For some people, keto seems to be a lot easier for them to lose weight. And if that's your thing, that's like, yeah, we'll go for it. I just don't think it's a good permanent diet for most people. Pad Gaming APA style. Theo, when you do sets, do you track rest time in between or listen your body usually? It's apparently something I need to do a video on as well. There are some things that I think are, like, no offense, but it's an okay question, but I think it's so, like, this is not important. But people ask about it many times, and then it's important to let people know that it's not so important. I do not track my rest time. When you train for muscle growth and strength, and you take your sets to failure, you can't rest too long. Like, you know, I just listen to my body and rest. And what I mean with you can't rest too long is that if you completely take a set to failure, If you wait 10 minutes until you do your next one, of course that seems unnecessary, maybe. What I'm saying is you have not rested too long so that, oh, the first set doesn't count anymore or something. So, intuitive rest. See some fun stuff. I get pushed up, I get pushed down in the chat all the time. Trippy. One time a hotel gym I saw had a used condom on one of the weight. Yeah. At Peace. Do you have recommendation for home parallel bars? I've seen dudes have huge gains from bars. Well, what do you mean? Parallel bars? Don't know what you mean. Tickle me pickle. Was wondering whether the benefits of fasting might decrease if you do it very often, similar to how shocking your body with new routines help when you plateau physically. Well, maybe. You know, what benefits exactly? I mean, I think fasting is something you shouldn't do all the time anyway. I go several months without any fasting other than intermittent fasting, and then I do some. So that might be the case, you know. And of course, if you do overdo something like fasting, it's actually going to be like starvation or depleting yourself completely. So, and reacting to the condom on the weight. Yeah, my imaginary friend here in the chat. No, sorry, Shrimpy. I think the fact that I can't do reverse hypers is more heinous of a crime than an errant condom. That's funny. You come to a hotel gym and you're like, oh, they don't have the reverse hyper, a great machine that almost no gym has. And that sucks that your hotel didn't have it. Fresner, you don't think weighted dips are fun? They are fun. Kane Custom Garage, that's a good question. Do you lose the weight then train? Why not both? You don't stop. You should train at all times. It's more like, what are you focusing on the most? You know, you should always train. I didn't, now when I was cutting, I didn't stop training, did I? So why should someone that has weight to lose but isn't currently training, you should train too. Like, if nothing else, to just get the habit. If you aren't used to training in the gym, just get to know the exercises, stuff like that, you know. Like, it's more about what should you focus on first, rather than what should you do. You should train from the get-go, right? But I would say, you know, if you're very overweight, your main focus should be losing the weight, but you should still be training. Like, the weather has been so weird this week, guys, or like these last few days. It's like sunny, cloudy, raining, and then the sun comes out, and then it's raining and cloudy again. I've seen rain and sun at the same time many times lately. Creepy. Climbing is fun. I tried to shimmy a bridge once. Climbing is fun. Pigsbig 76. Have you done mountain climbing? High altitudes can be a nice challenge, especially carrying a heavy pack. I have, in Greece, I went up some mountains, not necessarily climbing, you know, but I went up some mountains, but it's not something I've done much. No scrubs. Damn, just fixed my whole perspective. I will keep watching my videos and we'll get your perspective sorted. Trippy. Constantly gaining weight and lacking in my calisthenics. I can't shimmy anymore. I will lose weight then. Marcel, did you try Grease the Groove? I'm not sure which that one is. Okay. Guys, I would be happy if someone sent a super chat before we go. This is probably not going to stay on for so much longer now. Take the chance to get out of here when there's no rain. So what do we want to do now? I like this one too, just going like, what? What? There's one wrist movement I want to try then, actually. Yeah, that's 10. Okay, guys, are any of you on Twitch ever? Because I'm thinking the streams are appreciated by a lot of people, clearly. And I like streaming. I think I'm good at it, right? And so I'm thinking sometimes, should I go on like a more pure streaming platform as well? But I also know how people are with their social media, right? Like myself. You have picked some that you're on all the time, and some you have never touched. I've never been on Twitch, for instance, so I just be curious to know. What was it? Oh yeah, I wanted to try this kind of thing. So what you do there is use some momentum to get it up, but you in part use the wrist, but then you control the negative as well. Yeah, this is a good one actually. Might not look like much, but it feels great on the wrist. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, where were we? Huh? Wow, you did. It's lots of talk today. That's nice. You know, I like when you guys start. I like a lot. What you know? Something I'd like to see when I've been rounding off the streams, when people are like, "Have a good day, everyone." You know, I like that. I feel like we're a group. You know, I like that feeling. Martin says the Twitch is for thoughts and gaming. Kid here. Tressner said it's easier on keto because you lose your appetite, but keto long term isn't a thing. And as soon as you stop keto, you will gain weight back quickly. Hamashilul. Is fruit enough for primary carbs or for optimal muscle growth, or should we also eat potato, rice, etc.? You know, why don't you try it? Why don't you try eating just fruit and see if you make progress? I mean, eat both. I don't really care, you know. Like, it isn't complicated. That's why I try in my Fitness Diet 101 video. All you need to know is there. It's like, I would say probably the way I eat, most carbs come from starchy carbs and the rest from fruit and like honey. But it's like, why wouldn't it work with just fruits? Like, why are you even thinking about that? So I think you should ask me more about training, is what I think. Do you know that? People ask me about supplements and do you take creatine and stuff. I'm like, why don't anyone ask about my training? You know, why do everyone want to ask about all the shit that doesn't really matter? And why does no one ask about what matters? You know, of course, because it's easier if you can just eat a bit more fruit or eat this white powder. But no one considers that maybe it's just learning to train properly that's the most important part. Keto is low energy, DD says. You know that DD, double D, was a nickname I had when I was younger. Because I was called Tedde, like for Theodore, Tedde. And then I made the two D's in the middle big, and then somehow that became just double D. I was called DD when I was like 15. Where were we? All the time I have to scroll up. Bro, Enjoy your slave food. Who said that? Let's see, I do the same. Cycle keto 1 month on, 1 week off. Fruit is best, potato is fine, rice is not very healthy. Rice is, like, it's not unhealthy. What it is just carbs. It's very easily digestible carbs. Jonathan Gustafsson says, hopefully the weather becomes less schizo so we can tan again. Yes, but you know what's, of course it's beautiful when it's great weather and you can just sun max. But you know, there's something little beautiful with having to try to catch the sun when it's out. You know, now there's been many mornings, I go out and catch the morning sun at least. And then it's like this later and I'm like, I'm so happy. I go up early to catch the sun. And I post a picture of the sun on Instagram so that the other Swedes go up after the sun is in clouds and they see, oh, I missed it today again. I'll skip this debate about the slave food rice. Yeah, okay. You guys are saying that you are on Twitch? And No Scrub says, yeah, I used to watch Twitch, but the thoughts took over. Tresner says, yeah, you know, but we gotta all admit that it is men's fault that thoughts can even take over, right? Because if we were just like, no thought, be gone, and we all were like that, there wouldn't be, I mean, it's not other girls that are, you know, giving these thoughts money, right? No Scrub said, I think YouTube is convenient, but I think it's also worthwhile to try out Twitch. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe just try it once, do some announcement here so I can get whoever from YouTube that follows to Twitch as well and try it once and just see. Yeah, maybe better to grow audience on YouTube streaming. Yeah, it's just that I'm thinking, like, if I would instantly have access to a larger live audience on Twitch, you know. But I'm very happy now. Like, we're 39 likes. Of course, more people have been here. But I gotta say, guys, this I'm very happy that it seems like no matter when I go live, I get up to around these, like 30 to 50, and on the streams that are announced, a little more. I think 60 is the most I've seen, but that's going to be another milestone for me, guys. 10,000 subs was a big one. The next one is going to be 100,000. Like, of course, you're happy to see it grow, and okay, 20 means something, but it's like, when I came to 1,000, I knew, that the next thing that counts is 10,000. So the next thing that counts on the live streams would be having over 100 viewers. That would feel big to me. That would be fun. Seems like I started a whole discussion about thoughts. We clearly need that community, guys. So, because now I can't catch up on everything here. Tresner asked, do you know what else feels great on the wrist? And then a little, like, horny emoji. I see what you're thinking about. Mr. Pina says, yeah, I can see you getting big on Twitch. Hard to gain traction on that site, though. It would be hard. But it's always, you know, gaining momentum, getting the ball rolling is always the most difficult thing. And well, a bunch of you have been on there, at least it seems like. Trippy, how long have you been studying English? Like, we in Sweden, we learn it since, like, I don't know, since we're 6 years old or something. People have asked about this before. It was when I was like 11 and starting playing Diablo online. That's when I actually learned to communicate more in English. But then we learn English in school early, and we watch, of course, so many shows and movies and stuff. And yeah, so if you go back and watch my early videos here, I was good at English. I was less used to speaking it so often, and my accent was thicker. But yeah, so I guess I've been studying it for like 25 years, technically. Grievous asks, hey man, what do you work with? People keep asking, can you listen to what I say at the start of videos? Coach Theo. I work as a coach, you know. I do content here. Nowadays, I actually get some money that means something, at least, from YouTube. I get coaching clients from my content on YouTube and Instagram. I have done and still do some in-person personal training, both in a gym where I'm employed and both with some people I work with privately. So I am a coach. That's what I do, and many things related to that. Oh, guys. Well, I guess I wait because there are some announcements that will come in some videos today. So I guess I don't say anything about it now. But I will have might have things to sell, for instance. That's something. I see funny stuff here. Keen Custom Garage. At work, I used to avoid physical labor. Now it's like, hey, wait, this is exercise. I dug a giant hole and relished it. Lol. Exactly, man. Like, even in your everyday life, if you don't shy away from physical activity, you get good work done. Stefan Simonovic. Good day, Theo. Good day, Stefan. Ibn said, you will do 7 days dry fast with a final sauna, or is it too much? Are you asking if I will do that? No, it's not something I plan to do. Black Jesus Christ. OG sub. I just changed my channel name a lot. Theo, some form of coaching included in the upper tier of your Patreon. So the Patreon, to be honest, it's like it's been inactive. Like, I haven't even promoted it until recently again. What I've given, and I did give to some people that subscribed to the highest tier, which I think was $50 per month. I gave them a call. You know, I had a call with them. So, you know, not coaching, but it was an opportunity. Like, hey, I'll talk to you. Which is like a consultation call, of course, if you want it to be. But I've also done that, you know, when someone has just randomly sent, like, oh, sent me $100 on PayPal. I've just asked, like, hey, would you like to have a call, or would you want to show me your training program, give you some input? I try to, you know, because I ask for support here with super chats and that, but I try to, as often as possible, give something back. I mean, I feel like I've given quite a bit on this channel, but, you know, reward the specific person that does something. I get confused with the chat here. No scrubs. You can't outtrain a bad diet is such an awful quote. The training is always more important. Like, yeah, no shit, I will get you a 6-pack, but what if you want a 12-pack? No, exactly. It's like, of course, you can't completely outtrain a bad diet, but it's this that this is even a thing that some people think that, oh, diet is 80%, as if you could just half-ass train, but it's the magic combination of different food items that just grows muscle on you or something. Jonathan Gustafsson, do you have any preferred muscle to train if you can pick? So, not really. Like, it would be exercises maybe. But I'll say, even though I haven't had an arm day in a long time, I just like blasting arms, you know, I like the pump. Really, I like to train most things. And there's some exercise for every, like, body part that I don't like so much, that it's just hard work. I want there to be a little bit of that too, though. Don't want to like anything. But if I have to pick like a muscle, I like to train the arms, but I haven't trained arms only in a long time, but an arm workout. If I would just to do like, okay, you get to train whatever today, just for fun, you know, it would often be arms. Pat Gaming, APA style. Theo, you got any preferred biceps exercise? Well, there are so many, but if I had to pick one, I like the incline curl, I think, because it's so unusual to get behind your body when you do a curl. So having like a 60-degree incline or 45-degree incline curling with a good stretch, I like that one. Pelican curls that are with rings are great too. There's a similar thing with a huge stretch. No scrubs, rice isn't healthy quote. Ha, how big are your arms, bro? Yeah. Bro, red rice isn't healthy from Big Kellogg's. Exactly. Have your cereal. Jonathan Gustafsson, yeah, I should improve on that. Waking up around 7 a.m., which is a bit later than I like, ideally. Yeah, you know, I was crazy for a while. I went up at like 4:30, often, like 3:35 was what I was most commonly seeing on my phone. Now I've changed my circadian rhythm a little bit, but I'll usually wake up at like 5. Mr. Penis, have you ever tried tanning your balls in the sun? I heard it's good for you. I haven't done any research on it though. Yeah, of course. Sun your balls. It's like, there are more, I think it is that there's more, you know, one part is just that you want to expose as much skin to the sun as possible. And of course that would be a part that you probably haven't exposed as much. So it's just like kind of maxing that way. I think it is on the chest and on the balls, you have more like androgen receptors. So it's actually like more important for testosterone or whatever. Shrippy, what is your weight and height? 177 centimeters. My weight fluctuates a bit. It was like 83.5 this morning, but I should be now at like 83 plus minus a little bit. 177 centimeters. Tresner, rice is damn good before a workout. Try it. 1 or 2 cups of rice 30 minutes before a workout. It's amazing. Yeah, rice is good. And now Asians are able to get jacked. Yeah. Tresner says, your English is amazing now. Well, I appreciate that. Marcel, thanks for answering all questions. Have a good day. Have a good day too. You too. Mr. Penis, how many languages do you know? Well, English is the only one I know almost as well as Swedish. You see a client spamming. He has way too many questions. Not that it's not okay, but he's overthinking kind of guy. Well, English, I speak German, very basic. I speak Greek, even more basic. Prospatho, alaine riskola. That means I try, but it's difficult. Trippy, I don't think school in America could teach a language, but then again, I've never been to school, lol. Ibn said, I think you don't fast more than 3 days because of muscle loss, isn't it? No. And you're assuming a lot of things. And he's like, out of nowhere asking about the 7-day dry fast. And now, like, I'm the guy that goes on and say, you don't have to worry about losing muscle when you fast. You don't have to worry about losing muscle when you fast. You don't have to worry about losing muscle when you fast. So no, I did a 5-day fast just like 1.5 months ago. So, yeah, exactly. And Tresner addressed that too. Arms, hell yes. Jay, I may eat and work out later, guys. Have a nice one. Okay, any specific philosophers or philosophy you follow through your life? Uncommon sense and holistic bodybuilding. And I follow God, mainly. That's the thing, guys. I listen to people, but I have my philosophy, and I want you guys to be the same, you know. I want you to listen to me. I want you to be like, Theo, he has his shit sorted out, he's in good shape, he's come far in his personal development. I can get good advice from Theo. I have my philosophy, though. I am getting stuff from Theo to implement into my philosophy. Do you understand? We'll end on that note, guys. I'm out now. We'll see if I do more spontaneous streams in the week, but let's see, what time is it? Yeah, well, there will be a video out in 10 minutes. So please, I'm going to do an announcement about a book at the start of that, but then it's a typical mindset video. Later, there's also going to be a video where you get my testosterone results, okay? And then we'll see if there are more spontaneous streams in the week, but there will be on Sunday, 5 p.m. I'll try to get the Saturday stream in too. That worked out well last time. And well, yeah. Yes, have a good day, you too, Tresner. See ya, Pat Gaming, Apa Style. Peace and love, Y. And take care, no scrubs. And take care, all the guys. I love it, guys. We're a family here. Peace. Hearts all over the place.